Using templates and marker, mark tanks for drilling holes to install valves and float brackets. The folds on templates VL and VR should be placed to the bottom and to the inside of the front part of the tanks. Template FLR should be located so that the top edge and front edge of the template align with the top edge and front edge of the tanks near the lid openings. The back part of the template should be on the flat side of the tank just below the neck of the opening for the tank lids. Using the drill and the 1-inch hole saw, drill the holes at the marked locations on the front of the tanks for the valves. Using the drill and the 3/16" drill bit, drill holes at the marked locations on the sides of the tanks for installing the float brackets. Remove all plastic shavings from the tanks. Make sure the 1-inch holes are smooth with no burrs to prevent the valve/gasket from sealing to the tank. Install valves into tanks. Float brackets are marked L and R for the respective tanks. Remove the mounting nut from the valve. Make sure that the gasket stays in on the valve inlet. Lower the float assembly into the tank first, and then the valve. Move the valve toward the front of the tank, inserting the valve inlet into the 1-inch hole. Thread the mounting nut onto the valve inlet and tighten securely with the groove joint pliers. Make sure that the actuator tab on the rear of the valve is pointing downwards. Repeat process for the other tank. Attach float bracket to side of tank. Hold float bracket against side of tank and align thread inserts in bracket with holes in tank. Start 1032 machine screws with sealing washer in all 3 holes and into threads in bracket before tightening any screws. Using Phillips screwdriver, tighten all 3 screws until the sealing washer is slightly compressed. Do not over-tighten the screws. Repeat process for other tank. Apply thread tape and/or thread sealing compound to the valve inlet threads and make male threads of all plumbing parts. Install a 3/4-inch elbow onto each valve inlet, making sure that they point toward the center of the machine when tight. On the left tank, install a 3/4-inch hose barb into the elbow. On the right tank, install a 3/4-inch close nipple into the elbow, then a 3/4-inch T, then a 3/4-inch hose barb. The outlet of the T should be pointing up and forward at approximately 45 degrees. Install 3/4-inch by 1-inch reducing nipple into male dry disconnect poppet. Slide poppet through support bracket and temporarily thread into 3/4-inch T. The position of the T outlet may need to be adjusted, with the support bracket held firmly against the shoulder of the poppet and the stainless steel tab on the machine. Mark the slot in the bracket onto the machine. Remove the poppet and the support bracket. With the drill and the 5/16" drill bit, drill 2 holes in the machine using the marked slot as a guide. Place the 2-inch stainless steel lock nut and the support bracket on the machine, then install the male dry disconnect poppet. Once the poppet has been tightened, thread the 2-inch SS lock nut onto the external threads of the poppet body and against the support bracket. Leave the 2-inch SS lock nut loose for now. Attach the support bracket to the machine using the 5/16 bolts, flat washers, and lock nuts. Tighten with the 1/2-inch wrenches, then tighten the 2-inch SS lock nut. Measure hose length required to connect the 2 hose barbs. Cut the hose to length, slide the hose clamps on, install hose onto barbs, and tighten clamps using standard screwdriver or 5/16" nut driver. Adjust to the desired fill level with the 1/4-inch eye bolt, then tighten a 1/4-inch jam nuts on adjusted bolts using the 7/16" wrench.